Konnichiwa, and welcome to the Samurai Way, the podcast where we dive into the wisdom of the samurai, the art of Japanese living, and the philosophies that help us live with purpose and perseverance. I'm Lori Sagawa, and whether you're here to explore Bushido, the samurai, uncover the meaning of Ikigai, or just looking for a little extra gambaru, never give up spirit in your daily life, you're in the right place. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's walk this path together. Are you ready? Let's begin. Well, welcome to the Samurai Way podcast. I'm so glad and thankful that each one of you are listening to learn a little bit about Japanese culture and the Samurai Way. We'll be talking about Ikigai, knowing your purpose in life, the Code of Bushido, courage, integrity, benevolence, respect, honesty, honor, and loyalty, and then gambaru, never give up. And so all of this has to do with the samurai mindset and how it can help you in your everyday life, in business, and in your personal life. So today I have the honor and privilege of introducing my dear friend, Sarka Risch, and we met through LinkedIn and have had a relationship that's kind of different because we both love Japan. And so I'll introduce you to her. She's a LinkedIn mindset strategist, speaker, and Japanese enthusiast. Since 2021, she has helped over 200 leaders establish their voice on LinkedIn and build a strong LinkedIn community to achieve their goals. In her 2024 TEDx talk, she explained how she overcame perfectionism. So please help me welcome Sarka Risch. Hello,
Thank you.
Sarka.
Thank you so much, Lori. Hello, everyone. I am really grateful to be here.
And you just shared with me something exciting. If you'd like to just share it about LinkedIn and how you building your platform, where you were featured.
Yes, just last week I was featured in Forbes with another LinkedIn experts, and I was really grateful. I am really grateful for that, for this achievement, because it was also my big wish, and yeah, the dream came true.
Excellent. So I know that you love the Japanese culture, of course, and you just came back, and so we haven't really caught up since that time, but we both love Japan and we could talk forever about it. And so one of the things that key points you wanted to talk about was compassion, empathy, listen actively, and build relationships on trust. So if you'd like to expound on that.
Yeah, this is really crucial. There are crucial values for me, and they're also crucial in the Japanese culture. And that's one of the points that I really love the Japanese culture, the people there. And yeah, it's also those are also my core values, how I work with clients and how I build a strong LinkedIn community, how they build, how I teach them to build a LinkedIn community, because the people are really in focus. In our daily life, in our businesses, but also on LinkedIn. And if you take this approach, this mindset, if you put it in LinkedIn, in your activities, in your strategy, then you will get lasting results, so long-term success. Because yeah, it's not about having success tomorrow, having a viral post, but it's really about building these strong relationships that last.
That's excellent because if you don't have those relationships, you're just kind of spinning your wheels or not building that solid foundation. That's what I consider it. That's so
Yes.
good. I love compassion, and the samurai were compassionate. They um, and the Japanese people are very compassionate, and you experience that, and one thing that I loved about the World War II is that the Japanese soldiers from America were the ones that really helped build that bridge between the Japanese in America and the Japanese, because they built that trust, they understood the culture, and they were able to build relationships and trust that might have taken a little bit longer with non-Japanese people, because Japanese they trust and like each other. So that's
Yeah,
something I've learned about Japanese. Just
yeah,
been coming from the Japan fair, it just felt like, this is like Japan, how it's just built on community and trust and relationships.
yeah.
So that
That's
was
also very Yeah, that's also very important, the community. That's also what I love about the Japanese culture and what's also so important in life and also on LinkedIn, because you can have the best posts, but if you haven't built this strong community with empathy built on trust, then yeah, you won't be seen, and that's why it's also so important, yeah, later to do business. And yeah, it's actually based, everything is based on trust and helping each other, inspiring each other. And this is also the mindset shift that many people need to do on LinkedIn. Because the first thing that my prospects are telling me, yeah, I don't want to show myself. And then I tell my clients, it's not about yourself. LinkedIn is about helping and inspiring others. And then if you make this mindset shift, then you write different posts, you approach people in comments, in then DMs differently, so it changed everything.
uh-huh. How did you come across this, or shall we say, utilize this approach? What made you decide to go from being a perfectionist to having a community and being recognized by Forbes?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, actually, I had every time I had an interest in people, I am so curious, so I have this genuine interest in people. And I also like to get to know them, and building relationships is for me crucial. And as I started being entrepreneur, I started working on my mindset. I started working on my LinkedIn skills. So I'm doing this really for 4 years continuously, and it's also an important part to develop, to work on yourself. And yeah, I noticed how powerful it can be if you really build these strong relationships, and then you take this online relationship into the real world. So you exchange with the people or you meet them. I met many people, for example, from LinkedIn in Tokyo 3 weeks ago, and this is so powerful. And the point is that you think you know the people for ages, and this so incredible. So actually, it was a process, and I won't say there was a changing moment, but it was actually how I realized, yeah, the community is what we need in our lives. And I was also raised up in that when I was raised up in the Czech Republic, and there was also this community feeling. And I'm living in Switzerland, and there is also this community feeling. I think a little bit similar to Japan. You have to go to know people first to build this
Uh-huh.
trust, and they open up. So it takes time, but then it's worth it. Yeah, and of course with realizing that I'm perfectionist, and this yeah, there was a changing moment when I realized this. And when I afterwards when I started also to work on myself, I changed that.
Uh, Well, what was interesting is I've been studying Ikigai with Sam Ushio. I'm sorry. And he was our first guest, and he was very popular. And they talked a lot about community, and they asked the people there, if you had to name 5 people that you're in community with, could you do that? And a lot of people didn't. So they're trying to build community within that Ikigai network. So that's been very exciting. I asked him if I could call him my mentor, because there's a Japanese way of Ikigai, and then there's been a more, shall we say, westernized version of it. And I want to go towards the Japanese version, of course.
Amazing.
Yes. So the next point you wanted to talk about was courage. Courage is to overcome fears of judgment, failure, communicate your own opinion, and expertise to inspire and help others. And would you like to share with us about how you see courage and how it's helped you?
Yes, it's actually also a very important core value for me. And it's also, I was already really courageous in my life, but what I realized in when I was in the corporate world, I haven't shared my opinion because I was thinking, yeah, I don't have a story, and I just didn't want to be the person in the middle of interest. And actually, I was just working for my employer, bringing results, but not talking so much also about my results, and yeah, just being there. And since I've been an entrepreneur, I realized that you need this courage because you face fears, you face doubts and challenges. And
Mm-hmm.
then you realize actually that you need to face them. So I started to acknowledge them, that they are there, and just go through. And it helped me because I realized how they helped me actually to learn and to grow. Because behind every challenge, there's a gift. There's a gift if I
Yes,
overcome it. And this focus, this change of the focus from the scarcity mindset, lack mindset, or from lack to abundance, this really changed also my life and business.
that's wonderful. Could you repeat that again? Behind every challenge, there's a
There is
gift.
a gift if
Gift,
I
yes.
overcome it. So I just have to, yeah, of course, I see it afterwards. I can't, if there's a challenge, of course, there are fears and how can I solve it? But yeah, there is every time a solution. So it's a question how I decide and how I go
Hmm.
forward further. So and then if I look backwards and see this challenge, then I realize this was a gift. Perhaps it was a gift to learn to be more resilient, or there are different gifts behind the challenges, but those are the yeah the secrets
Hmm.
that I got from the universe, whatever, to learn and to grow.
That's beautiful. I love it. And that's one of the principles of Bushido is courage. And they were courageous. It's not courageous is not just going forward with without thinking. It was like a calculated, almost a calculated, there's our risk involved with going forward, but if you don't go forward, what's going to happen? So you look at the goal and say, yeah, it's more important. Like for instance, Sugihara, the Japanese diplomat who uh, defied his government and said, I'm going to save Jewish lives. And so, because of that, he lost his job and had to take menial jobs for the rest of his life. But he did so because he knew that saving lives was more important than obeying the government. He says, I have to save lives. So sometimes there are risks with courage, but if you don't take it, what happens? If he hadn't have done that, thousands of lives wouldn't be here on planet Earth. So
Yeah,
it was,
it's amazing
it's really, I
story.
know I love that story. It's just really, there's so many stories like that of people that have risked their lives. Even today, people risking their lives to save others and help others. We have
Yeah.
our policemen, law enforcement, firefighters, people in the army, our armed forces. So, we have that takes a lot of courage too. It really
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, and what's also important, what I learned, that it's crucial to decide from the state where I want to be. So really, I have my dreams, my goals, and if I don't take the fears now, just put myself in the state where I really want to be, and then ask myself how I would decide when I achieve my goal, and
Hmm.
then like go backwards, because then I have even more courage because I know I really want to be in this state. So I decide from there and I do it and I invest in myself and whatever it is. Doesn't matter that I don't know how to realize it now, but the decision already helps to bring more opportunities in my life.
That's great. Okay. And the we could talk about the samurai a lot too, because I think that those principles have permeated the Japanese society. And because of those principles, Japan is a safe, clean, wonderful, hospitable, civil country too, as you know, and we could talk about Japan all night, but it's just a wonderful place to visit. It's just I don't know of a place like it. It's very unique. I just encountered so many people being courageous and kind, and people walking you to where your destination if you get lost, or there's just so many incidents like
Yeah,
that. And the
I
last
can
one
only
you
confirm that. Yes, sorry.
because
Yeah.
you were there I've never been there 7 weeks, but that must have been amazing for you to be there for that
Yes. Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
So did you achieve the goals that you wanted by being there as long as you were?
Yeah, actually, my goal was just enjoy Japan and work for my clients, coach my clients from there, my clients from the US, one from Europe. I was a little bit afraid of the time difference, but it worked really well. Yeah, I went a little bit late to the bed because yeah, because in Europe it was yeah, so Japan is 7 hours ahead from Europe with US people. It depends, of course, where you are located, but it was actually it worked well. So in general, it worked well, and I was thinking also I will be alone there, and I went alone there, but I met so many inspiring people that of course, I met the people later in Tokyo that I knew from LinkedIn, but before that, I was thinking, yeah, I will be focused and working and like on my own there. But it was what I felt again. I went to a supermarket, I went to a village, and I met so many inspiring people, and they were so curious. They asked me questions, and really again this empathy, and yeah, it was truly inspiring, and I have never felt alone there. And the
That's right.
energy, it's every time I feel this immense energy in Japan. So I can't explain why, but yeah, it energized me.
It really it does, doesn't it? It's just wonderful. You think about how what I love about it is I feel safe there. I feel
Yeah.
very safe. I don't feel
Mm.
like I have to look behind or have to think about, getting my wallet stolen or people trying to take advantage of me. They don't. I mean, that you don't tip in Japan, and you don't they consider that part of their job is to serve you, and like
Yeah.
the hotel at the cabs and all that, they consider that's part of that's their way of serving. So
Yeah.
that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And your last one was consistency. Take action regularly, stay true to core values, and build long-term relationships. And you've talked about that, but if there's anything else you would like to add to that.
Yeah, I think I will say like consistency is crucial as well because especially if you are active on LinkedIn and also in your business, in life, because today you plant seeds that you will get the plants or whatever later. You never know when. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why it's important to, yeah, also to take care of others, to really have this willingness to help and to inspire, because yeah, you never know who will see your posts. You never know who will see the episode of a podcast or whatever you are doing, and so just yeah, be open-minded and really yeah, stay constant. And this for this you need a routine, you need also discipline, and yeah, you need like yeah, like to every day to work on your better self, on your future self, and to
Mm-hmm.
acknowledge this thing, to celebrate all wins, to be grateful, because it's also a part that the Japanese people, they are very grateful. They live in gratitude, and also it helps me. It helps my clients as well. Because it brings more gratitude, because our thoughts, our feelings, our words and actions create our lives.
And the thing about consistency also takes taking action, but being flexible. For example, I'm on the West Coast, so I'm in Pacific time, and Nell is in the Philippines, and you are in Switzerland. So it took some coordination, but we wanted to make this happen. Nobody else has this time slot, but you are people that are in a different time zone because I want to reach as many people as I can and have people from other countries and other other backgrounds, male, female. We've had a man, a former IDF soldier, and then we also had a person a psychologist, and we had a man who was a 13-time TEDx speaker, but he ended up talking about suicide prevention, and that was very popular. So it's just wonderful being on, having this podcast and this community of people. And I'm really thankful to all of the listeners, and be sure to subscribe, and share, because we're bringing positive solutions to everyday life. Instead of going down the negative road, we're going down the possibilities and excitement, and life is wonderful. And we just can't wait to share about this. And so just wanted to get some final thoughts from you, Sarka. And then if you also want to share about your big dreams, what are your big goals, and um, just anything you want to add to that, and any final tips that you can give the listeners.
So first of all, I'm also really grateful to be here and to be your guest, and that you are doing such amazing shows, that you are doing this impact on the world. So thank you very much, Lori, for that.
Welcome.
And yeah, my final thoughts are that actually, yeah, everyone is a creator of his life or her life. We just need to acknowledge it, to work on ourselves, and to be here to serve and to help others. Because if we change this mindset, just do little thing every day, and if we spread kindness, because
Yes.
I mean, a smile costs nothing, but it costs miracles. So if we spread this, we can help the world to be a better world. And also, yeah, it's important to build these genuine relationships, as we are talking about. The one thing is online and another thing offline, but we can take every time this relationship from the online world into the offline world. So it's really efficient if you know how to do it. And LinkedIn is, for me, the best platform for that. It's the biggest business social media platform. So if you have your strategy, if you have the right mindset, if you know how the platform works, you can get amazing results. And regarding my goals or dreams, yeah, actually, I want to have as many people as possible, and I work on my vision. My vision is a connected world where I help people to build these genuine relationships, to get inspired from each other, and if it fits, do business together. So I really want to bring people together and to make this right fit, that the right people find themselves and create immense opportunities for themselves, but also for others, and inspire others. And it's also my drive why I was a TEDx speaker, and I'm still yeah, I'm still applying for TEDx talks, because yeah, I really want to inspire as much people as possible, because you never know who you can inspire and help.
That's right. And the other thing I would like the listeners to know is that some of us have struggled speaking English. Sharka does not, this is not her native tongue. So I just commend you, Sharka, because if I had to speak in Japanese, it was like, oh my goodness. I say I'm like a little Kodomo, a little kid. I don't have very much, but I can do enough to get around. And I, once in a while, I can tell a joke in Japanese, but it's not. It wasn't my mother tongue. I didn't learn it until I was an adult. So, and I'm nowhere near proficient like in Japanese like Sarka is in English. So just want to commend you, Sarka, for being here, having the courage to do this, and taking your business as far as you can. I just know you're going to continue just to soar and reach your goals.
Thank you so much, Lori. I appreciate it. And actually, I speak 6 languages, and I'm learning Japanese as well. But
Six.
yeah, yeah, but Japanese is really, really different. So
Different, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
It is. A lot of people say, well, this, but I learned French in high school and and then when I started learning Japanese, it's like I couldn't do two languages. I could only do, I mean, two at a time. So I'm a goodness, six. We want to share what languages you speak.
Yeah, so my mother tongue is Czech. Then I speak English, German, French, Italian, Russian, and I'm learning Japanese.
Oh my goodness. Japanese is so different from all the rest, isn't it? But
Yes, yes.
there's a rhyme and reason to Japanese. They don't, it's not like English where you have the spelling and the pronunciation and all those things are just like all over the map because it's from so many different languages. In Japanese, there's only one way to say things, and that's within their syllables. They're 43 syllables. Like Seattle is Shiatoru. You cannot say Seattle. You have to say Shiatoru. Television, terebi. So
Yeah.
it's very, very interesting. That's kind of like their mindset. There's only one way, and the train, you can't be a minute late. You have to be there on time, or else you have to get the next train.
Yeah, yes, yes,
So that's
yeah.
amazing. That is
Thank
amazing.
you.
I just always admire people that speak more than one language. Sugihara was like that. I think he spoke like four or five, and he was an amazing diplomat, and he's still being remembered. And we never know how the ripple effect. One person has this ripple effect, and you are going to have. I'm sure you're going to have clients from all those different languages that need your help.
Yeah, so my main focus is English and German, but I had also French-speaking clients. Yes, and I have also one Japanese now, but we are talking in English.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Pretty soon you'll be speaking in Japanese, right?
Yeah, I mean the language of LinkedIn is a little bit different. So I haven't done this in Japanese because I'm doing all these future educations with Americans, and now it's people from the UK. So I have calls with my mentors regarding LinkedIn sales, digital copywriting. It's everything in English. So for me, it's like much easier or so. But yeah, I am working on
Um,
my Japanese.
So look up Sharka on LinkedIn if you want to connect with her. And it's been a delight to have you, Sharka. And just the first time we talked about Japan. And the next time we meet together, we talk about Japan. So we share that common love. So thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
You're welcome. Say mata ne. Goodbye.
またね。Thank you so much, Lori.
Welcome. Do
Bye bye.
itashimashite.
ありがとうございます。
And that's a wrap for today's episode, The Samurai Way. I hope you found a little inspiration, a new perspective, or just something to reflect upon as you go about your day. Now remember, the samurai spirit isn't just about history. It's about how you show up, face challenges, and live with purpose. Whether it's Ikigai guiding your path or a little extra Gambaru pushing you forward, keep walking strong. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, share, or leave a review. It really helps. And if you've got some thoughts, questions, or you just want to connect, just contact me. So until next time, stay focused, stay determined, and keep living with purpose. Mata ne.